right, y'all. Easy Slider here. Dangers visiting your long-distance relationship partner in the Philippines. You know, probably the first thing that pops into your mind is you think, what dangers? Oh, do you mean like don't drink the water or what? Not exactly, my brave traveler. I mean like real physical dangers. You know, have you forgotten the fact that the country you live in has dangers too? You know, certainly Asia is no different. We're going to discuss the best ways to keep a smile on your face and your head on your shoulders. If you don't know about these dangers or how to avoid them, then I think it's going to be a pretty smart idea if you stick close by and stay with me through the whole video. We're going to discuss 3 different steps you need to do in order to formulate a plan to stay safe. But first, before we get into the dangers, we'll just talk about other things relating to your safety, okay? As of March the 6th, 2024, U.S. government does not have the Philippines on its do not travel list. I feel better already. You know, as most people know, the Philippines and the U.S. have, since World War II, have had a pact where the U.S. helps protect the Philippines in time of war. And we always have a presence in the Philippines. And a lot of people don't realize that the Philippine people and the American people, the soldiers, fought side by side in World War II. Because of the unrest in the South China Sea recently, from late 2023, the U.S. has been building up troops in the Philippines. Now, don't confuse this with thinking that the U.S. is there to keep you out of the bad areas. Nope, they expect you to do that, all right? The good thing to know is that though the Philippines and the United States have a very healthy relationship, I love that. Now, if you're not aware of the places in the Philippines where rebel forces cause real problems for the government, well, we'll be discussing that a little bit in a minute. Remember, there are 7,641 islands that compose the Philippines. I wonder who had the job of counting all of those islands. Roughly about 200 or about 2,000 of them are occupied, but they're not all equally safe, all right? The Philippines are broken down into 3 main islands. The first island, Luzon, is the largest island. That's where the capital Manila is located. The second largest island is Mindanao, and the third island is Visayas. In all 3 of these islands, there are places that are safe, but there are also places that can be problems. The rebel forces that are in the really problem areas have been known for kidnapping and for holding foreigners for ransom, and sorry to say, beheading. I guess you catch on. You better know the places. You know, as we go along through this journey, I've asked you to help me, and I need your help. We're trying to get the information in the hands of the people that are in long-distance relationships that need the type of information that we have. We're providing information for them that's hard to find in some areas. We're providing information they're not going to hear anywhere else. And we're letting them know what they can expect in certain areas, okay? So, once again, I'm going to ask you, like and subscribe. You're what helps me put the information into the hands of the people that need it. And I appreciate that, and I know they will too. So just like and subscribe. I appreciate you doing that more than you'll ever know. So what's your game plan? You don't have a game plan? Oh, okay. I guess we better get started making you one then, right? I think so. Step 1. The following locations are locations that the Philippine government say stay away from. They tell the foreigners, don't go there, just stay out of these areas. The Sulu Archipelago, and that includes the Sulu Sea. The reason for that area is the crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and the big one, kidnapping, okay? None of these things are on my game plan for having a fun trip. I'll tell you that in a hurry. All right. Marawi City. Now, I'll probably pronounce that wrong. Forgive me for that. All right. It's in Mindanao due to terrorism and civil unrest. The following areas, the Philippine government says, why don't you reconsider going to these places, okay? That's other areas in Mindanao. That's the same thing due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping. You know, and that sounds like the same things that they were saying about stay out of these areas, reconsider. Sounds like the same thing to me, so I think I'll just stay out of all of those areas to start with. Because these are the ones that the Philippine government say they feel like are the most unsafe. Step 2, follow the Philippine Travel Advisory. Now, as I look at it, sometimes it looks like it's not up to date, but it's what we have to work with, so that's what we work with. As you'll see, I have a site listed where you can go there and check that out. Step number 3, sign up for STEP. Step. Look, a video I saw the other day where there was a lot of steps. In this case, STEP means Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. It's a free service to U.S. citizens and nationals, and if you're traveling or living abroad, it's where you can go to enroll your trip with the U.S. Embassy or the consulate, U.S. Embassy or the consulate, and it lets them know how they can find you and get in touch with you, and you'll see a site listed there also. Now, at the time the video was being recorded, all the links and programs were working. So, does this make the Philippines a place that you should stay away from? The answer is no. It simply means, like I've been saying all along, be prepared. Learn the places to avoid. Know where to find updates. And last but not least, register with STEP. It's a good idea. Now, if you take this, you put this plan together, these are going to be ways to help you stay safe. And there's absolutely no reason you can't go to the Philippines and have a wonderful time. You can have the time of your life as long as you just follow some good common sense rules and steps, all right? I've lived in the Philippines 2 different times, and I just stay out of the places that the government says are unsafe. Now, you're going to hear some people say they've been there, and some people say that they've lived in these places, and they're going to say, hey, they're safe. And I'm not arguing with them, okay? But for me personally, I'd rather not take the chance. You know, you can't tell when something might go wrong again because obviously it's gone wrong in the past. And like I say, I just don't want to take the chance. If you do decide to go to these areas, at least you're going to know they're considered dangerous and you've been warned. Now, in my travels around the country, I've always felt safe, and I enjoy the people and I love seeing the beautiful areas. And there's just so much to see in the Philippines that going to a place that I know is deemed unsafe, it's just not necessary. All right? I've got plenty of good places I can go that I know are safe. Now, my final thoughts on this is keep your head and enjoy your partner. In our next video, we're going to dig into the question, do Asians want Americans for a long-distance relationship partner? Well, let's just slide on over and talk about that a little bit, all right? Let's go.